Hi there, Starscream here for a quick review of a Transformer. Or maybe two, actually there might be, but there's a few things I'd just like to say before I get on to that. The thing is, you know the Turtles now aren't going to be mutants, they're going to be aliens, and I think I mentioned that a while ago. In fact, I'm positive I did. Now, I've noticed recently on YouTube that everybody's talking about it, and you know why? Because I started it. So everybody has listened to what I've said and taken note. But do I get any thanks or credit for it? No. I never get any credit and I never get any thanks. So, sod you lot. That's it really, that's all I wanted to moan about. One other thing though. I had a review all lined up of Star Control. Let me just show you I'll just show this to you quick. This game here on the Mega Drive. I got my Mega Drive out of its box. Very dusty it was as well. I should get hazard pay for waters on this thing. My God, this thing. You forget it. So I did a whole review of this game. Okay, and guess what happened? The audio's gone, all of it. So all you've got is essentially, well, it's like maybe a minute's worth of me moaning. You know what? I'll just show it to you. Here you go.
Right, Star Control. This is the startup and this is the basic menu of the game. So you can see, it's quite simplistic, isn't it? Human on the right, which is me, computer on the left. Very funny looking representation of a computer, a desktop with two arms and a control stick. Do you remember that when you were a kid? No? No, never mind. Maybe it's more applicable. Remember, this was a PC game. Anyway, so if you can see, there are varying kinds of computer-controlled opponent, as well as how good he is. And this is the important thing. We have standard, good, and awesome. And I'm pretty awesome, so I think I need an awesome adversary. So I'm going to put the computer on awesome too. Let's have a quick practice, shall we? I'm going for the Earthling Cruiser, because it's my favourite ship in the game. It's not the best ship in the game, not by any stretch of the imagination. And the computer's gone for a testicle. I think I'm probably going to win this one, judging by the fact it's just one testicle against the Earthling Cruiser. Now, every ship has a primary weapon and a special weapon. And they're all different. All the ships handle differently, all of them have different speeds. Every ship has its own quirk and slightly weird, bizarre personality to the pilots. And as you can see there, crew is how many hits you can take. Fuel is how many times you can hit the opponent. You need to charge your fuel up to fire or use your special weapon. And as you can see, the Earthling Cruiser doesn't have a lot of crew or fuel. The Earthling Cruiser is a heavy hitter, but it can't take the hits. God damn it, I lost to a testicle again!
See what I mean? And unless you just want to watch somebody playing a game badly for 10 or 15 minutes, it's not a lot of use to anybody. You see, the thing is, my PC has officially died now. I haven't got a clue what's up with... Well, I do actually know what's up with it. I think it's been hacked or something. But it's had it. So that's why it's been a long time, because I had this all review ready to go and I went and played it to see if it would look great. I've had some great comedic lines and I played it and all the audio's gone. I blame Michael Bay. Right, calm down now. Now let's get onto the Transformers. I'm going to blame Bay for these as well, but, you know, I really shouldn't, because I blame him for practically everything else. You know what? Global warming. Michael Bay. All those explosions, that's because of global warming. It's all to do with Michael Bay. Whether the two tie up together, I have no idea, but I'm blaming Bay. Poverty in this country, the lack of jobs, Michael Bay. Do you think I'm making this up? You read between the lines, it's all Bay's fault. Now, let's get on to the Transformers on a lighter note, shall we? Now, I'm going to review two Transformers here. See, this is Bumblebee, yeah, and this is Cliffjumper. Why do I think I'm trying to educate small children here by doing that? I apologise. I'm bringing you to the level of me now, and that's just not good. Let's try and raise the level a little bit. Transformers falling on the floor. The second I said raise, it went down. That happens to me a lot. Right, now, two Transformers. Now, that's pretty good, isn't it? So, that's called multitasking. You got that? You know, women say that men can't multitask. They are wrong. Watch this, watch this. Look, demonstration, look. Now, I know what you lot are thinking. What the hell's that got to do with multitasking? You see, while I was drinking that water, I was thinking. So not only was I drinking water, which that's not really signified, forget it. I was drinking water and thinking. That's two things at once. That's multitasking, see? Everybody give me a round of applause. I suppose the important thing is, though, What was I thinking about? Do you want to know? Do you really want to know? I'll tell you what I was thinking about, but you'll have to wait till the end of the review. So, now, let's get back to the Transformers. Cliffjumper and Bumblebee. Actually, I moved them at the right time. I should have gone Bumblebee, Cliffjumper. That's what I would usually do, but not this time. I'm on the ball today. Anyway, let's get on with the review. They should make a toy where these two are put together, you know, like a combiner, and call him Bumblejumper. Now, Bumblejumper's a great name. You can have that. You know, I think that's a completely original idea, isn't it? I'm full of good ideas today. Well, hell. Right. Let's take a look at Cliffjumper first, shall we? You know what? I don't even know why they bothered making a toy of him. He's in literally a bit at the beginning of the episode, and then he's dead, and he comes back in the second one as a zombie. So they've made actually a figure out of a character which is hardly in it at all. Where, as you know, there's lots of characters in the past which have been, you know, like, yeah, take original RC for instance, a toy who was, you know, in the movie, season 3. She's probably got a bit of a fan following as well, I would imagine. And guess what? They didn't really release a toy of her. There's been, you know, incarnations of her. She's been reintroduced and taken out and brought back again, you know, many times. But there's not an actual original Generation 1 toy that come out at the time, is there? I know there's another couple that have come out now, and they're really expensive, and I haven't got round to getting one yet, but I will. But what has that got to do with Cliffjumper? Absolutely nothing, other than the fact is he's hardly in the show at all. So let's take a look at the toy. Is he show accurate? Well, I guess so. He's hardly in it, is he? Which should we not look at? That way or that way? I think that way's better. Let's take a look at the toy. Cliffjumper. You know, I was talking about Megatron being Megatron. You can't get a better name. Cliffjumper is a stupid name. It's the combining of a cliff and a jumper. And you could take that the jumper that you are wearing, or the jumper who jumps over things. And a cliff is something you fall off. Go work it out for yourself, because I sure as hell can't. Let's take a look. His arms are far too large. He's got Wheeljack syndrome, I think. Or is it that maybe he's not so that his arms are so long that his legs are possibly too short, and his head is far too small. He's got a very G1 head. Let's take a look. I think it is really G1, but then again I'm thinking it looks a bit more like Unicron. And then I have another look and close, and I think he looks like the devil. I haven't made up my mind. So he's either Unicron or he's Michael Bay. Take your pick. But how is he? The paint, or plastic I should say, is pretty damn cheap. His feet are as loose as hell. I don't know what there's a problem with my one. His hands are quite bizarre though. I quite like them actually. They're stuck in this sort of like... Oh man, I got arthritis in my hands. God, I can't pick things up. So he's got that problem. But other than that, I quite like him. Big problem though, big problem here. Light piping. You see, his eyes are so small that even though he has got a hole in his head, which is probably not something you want to advertise to people, the light piping doesn't really work unless he's in direct sunshine, where you've got a light shining directly down here. His eyes do not light up, and I do like that effect. But I suppose it's for the better, because if his eyes started lighting up, and he does look like the devil, aka Michael Bay, I don't think I would like that staring at me very much. All in all, he's not bad. His vehicle mode's quite nice, but we'll get to that. So, robot mode of Cliffjumper, okay, arms a bit long, he is quite stable, head's too small. That's pretty much summed him up. When I talk about the character of Cliffjumper, I quite like Cliffjumper. He's not really that developed in anything, to be honest with you. No. I take that back. There's a comic now, what was it now? My mind's gone. That's all that multitasking and thinking earlier on, you see? It takes its toll on me. What was it in? Spotlight issue. Thank you. And he's portrayed as, you know, a kick-ass, and he can literally take on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Decepticons, and that's it. Okay, let's take a look at Bumblebee. Don't like Bumblebee that much. You can tell where the inspiration for Bumblebees come from, can't you? No prizes for guessing. Sorry. How is he? I think he's quite horrible, actually. I really don't like him. It's not that I'm not a big fan of Bumblebee, because I can't stand Bumblebee. So, you know, I'm going to be slightly biased when I'm reviewing him. I really don't like Bumblebee, other than the G... He's a bit falling off him now, for Pete's sake. Right. Let's start that again. It's not that I don't like Bumblebee, because I do dislike Bumblebee. It's just the fact that they've modelled him on the Bay Bumblebee. And you know what that means, don't you? He can't talk. Now, I know a lot of you there are praying that the same thing would happen to me. Ha! Well, it hasn't yet. So you'll have to just carry on with this for the time being and me talking. Alright, how does he look? Well, he's not bad as regards being relatively show accurate. The yellow plastic is abysmal, and I'm not joking you. It is atrocious, and the quality of the plastic is diabolical. Now, that's not a word you want to say 5 times fast. I'm not even going to try. He has this problem with his left arm. Well, that's his right arm, isn't it? Well, if he's facing this way, I'll forget it. It's just loose as hell. The joint here doesn't hold. It's a bad joint. And the funny thing, his transformation, you see this? He's sort of like one of those, I've forgotten what they called them, the transformers where you push them back and they sort of transform. Well, he doesn't transform properly. He gets stuck halfway and his head won't fit back properly. See here? His head will not go in situ. Now, I'm not sure if there's a fault with my one, or it's just literally the toy, but his head's got this big gap at the back. And I've tried, for the love of money, it will not push. It will not push back. I'm not being an arse here. I know everybody's going to say you're mistransforming them again. Every time you do a review, you don't transform them right. Well, I'm sorry. I've tried. Honestly. I know this bit here. Look, I'm just pointing this out. There's a... Oh, bugger it. Look. Ugh. Arms down. That's it. This, you've got a butt thing. God damn it. This bit here is meant to clip in. And it clips in, and it barely holds. It's teetering like that, and you think, I move him, he's just going to go click forwards like that. So, it's a badly designed Transformer toy. As I said, the arms are weak, and they don't, when he transforms, as I mentioned, his arms fold like that, but they don't quite go back. So he's probably got this sort of like, it's alright provided I want to do this, but you want to move the arms up, I can't do that, man. My arms, shoulders are just stuck, which is not good. So I don't quite get where they were going with this. But other than that, he's horrible. He's utterly horrible. Look at that face there. Look at the dumbass. Look. Oh, I don't like this toy. I've had to buy it just so that I can show it to you guys so you don't have to buy it. I buy this shit so you don't have to. And where did I get that from? Yes, no prizes for guessing. But he's right. I suppose I've got to transform with mine. Bear with me, I'm not going to show you transform, I will just transform them and then you can draw your own conclusions about their alt modes, because quite frankly, Bumblebee's one's horrible and Cliffjumper's one's just transform them. Ta-da! What do you think? He's quite nice actually, look, as I said, his vehicle mode is quite good. Now, I said we only really see him in vehicle mode at the beginning. He's whizzing along like this, and he's having a chat like you do when you're talking. That's the whole point of chatting, it's... Oh, talking. You know, why do I have to keep stating the obvious to you lot? You should know this. Look. Do I like the vehicle mode? Yes. Why? Because it has detail. Look at the front. Here you go. Look at that. It has detail. I love the little horns on there. I think a dead deer maybe across the top with some, you know, rope strapped across. That would have been a finishing touch. The pièce de résistance. But we did not get that. But it would be nice. But the horns on the front, I like. You know what? I may put that on my car. Wouldn't that look great? No, maybe not. I don't know actually. Never mind. That's something to think about for me. And detail on the rear. Can't be a bit of detail. Well, it's the back. So detail would essentially be quite an apt description. But no, it was a mispronunciation. My words just run away with me. The back looks quite good because it has detail. You know what? That's another. Well, I've given that to you guys again. You know what? That's something you can use in your life. You know. You're with your friends and, you know, trying to sound clever and stuff, and you look at the back of a car or something, you go, that's detail. They won't know what you're on about, but you can feel quite smug knowing you're the only one in the crowd who does. And, well, what do we say? Love the wheels, love the alloy look. See, and I love the exhausts there. I'm not going to point out, it's red, like a lot of the Transformer users. You see, I'm going to be honest with you now. I was seriously considering doing this. I wouldn't live very long if I did, but I've got to tell you, because it was something that I was thinking about doing. Top 10 worst YouTube Transformer reviewers. This is something that which just makes me laugh thinking about. I'm sorry, but it's my horribly juvenile sense of humour, but I would have killed myself laughing doing it, let alone putting it up. And then I would have been lynched. So, hung, drawn, quartered. And if I go to auto assembly, the phone's ringing. It's funny, the second I said that, I had a phone call. As you probably noticed, I had to go and try and answer. Apparently I've just been threatened by my life that if I continue with that trailer fort, that next time I go to auto assembly I will be killed. So I don't think I will be doing it, although it was a blooming good idea. Okay, so cliffjumper is great. He's just a great car. I really like him. He looks like a car. His alt mode reminds me slightly of a GoBot because it actually resembles something that looks like it could be a real car. A lot of the GoBots alt modes are pretty damn good actually. And this is a great little car. I really like it. One of my favourites. I don't know, I just really like the car. I think it looks quite cool actually. Anyway, so cliffjumper is definitely worth picking up in my opinion. Now let's get to Bumblebee. Look at that short, stubby piece of junk. Look at cliffjumper, hey? You know, you can pick up girls in this car. You go and buy. Hey girls, you want to ride with me? Hey, yeah. Wishful thinking. This. Hello, love. Do you want to ride in my car? Piss off. All right. So yes, Bumblebee does not look impressive. He's really easy to transform. I've got to say, even for my standards, he's pretty damn easy. Let me just show you the astounding lack of detail. You will not believe this. Look. Where's the detail? Look, look, where's the detail? None. No detail. Zero. They didn't even spare a little red paint for the lights, a little bit there for the exhaust, or maybe a little bit black there, or something. Just something would have been nice, but nothing at all. So abysmal. Look, they didn't paint any alloys in the wheels. Look, black wheels. You know what? If somebody points out that maybe in the show they are black, just don't waste your time bothering to put that down, alright? Because I'll just delete it. Because it is stupid. Why can they not have a nice alloy effect like cliffjumper's got? No, just black wheels. And if they're black in the show, I don't care. It should have an alloy effect. And they don't bother. It's like whoever did this one thought, let's spare a little bit of time. Let's put some detail on it. Look, detail on it. Detail on it. What should we do with him? No detail, no detail. And the front just looks bleeding daft. Look. Look, it's horrible. The car looks horrible. Everything about it's horrible. Those stupid gun things here look horrible on the front. Everything about it says crap. Bumblebee is a crap toy. Don't like Bumblebee. So there you go. I mean, and I've got one more thing to say about it. Sound like Columbo. Just one more thing, sir, before I arrest you. That sounds nothing like him. The plastic is semi-transparent and it doesn't tally up. You see here? You see the yellow, I don't know if this will pick it up. You see the yellow there is different to the yellow there. There are two different kinds of yellow. If I bought a car in real life and it had a different kind of colour at the top and the bottom of the door, I would assume there is something problem with that car. Something problem? Yes, I would assume there was something problem with that car. I.e. that there was a scam going on. So, as a quick look at those toys, I don't know if I can necessarily ever recommend this toy. Because I can't. But cliffjumper is definitely, go and get him. Now. Alright, that is a quick look at one very good Transformer and one abysmally, shockingly horrible abomination. And you know why he's so bad, don't you? Because he's modelled on the Bayformer version and he doesn't talk. Don't like it. And it hit my shoulder and now I'm paralysed in my left arm and that's just not great, is it? And are you really wondering what I was thinking while I was drinking said water? Well, I did promise to tell you, and it may sound daft, I was thinking to myself, like I often do, well, this I don't often think why I was thinking then oftenly, but it just happened to flash through my mind while I was drinking said water. Did you ever watch the Power Rangers just to watch the Pink Ranger? Because I did. And on that bombshell, I think I will have to end this review. Take care, guys, and see you out there.